never got out of frog, did you? Of course I got out of frog. So we're here, let's go for another minute or so. This one again just takes a little bit of time. So let's hang out, allow our bodies to marinate in this position. It is not the most pleasant position, but together it feels kind of better. And it's one of those postures that I feel like I'm more willing to do in a class situation than I am willing to do on my own. So I know, Ellen. It's like once you're in frog, it's really difficult to get yourself out of frog. You're like there. But like I said, it's kind of one of those postures that feels a lot better if you're in a class situation where somebody's just counting time for you and all you have to do is marinate. And that's what we're doing here. Just a little bit more of marinating. Flex your feet still and then check if this feels particularly comfortable for you. One, either you have really open hips, but two, maybe it is the case that your hips are either, a lot more forward than your knees or a lot farther back. It's probably generally more forward. So just give yourself like a quick check. It should feel mildly not so comfortable. I know, there's something called over-marinating, right? Yeah, definitely, Alicia. That's awesome. Okay, let's just do 2 more breaths here in through your nose and then check. Sometimes my shoulders or whatever get a little bit tense just being in this position. So check the rest of your body to see if anything else is tight or kind of in this defense mode. All right, let's gently then, from here to come out of it, I personally like to come onto hands first. And then once I come onto hands, I sort of lift one knee back in and the other knee back in. And then I'm in good shape there. So hopefully you're able to get out of your froggy. All right, from this place, we'll do a couple of twists. And we'll twist to our left first. So straighten out through your right leg. Even if you know you can do the bent leg version, let's everyone straighten out this right leg and then bend your left leg. So your foot is sort of stomping arch side just next to your right knee. And then left hand close with your base. This hand, right, it just seems like it's kind of hanging out, but it's so like, it serves such a good purpose, right? Using your left hand to lift, right? All of a sudden you grow like 2 inches just from the help of the prop of your left hand. Reach your right arm all the way up. Still your right foot is flexed. And then take your right armpit outside of your left leg. Your right armpit outside of your left leg. And then your left butt cheek will probably want to lift up. Lower it back down, lift your chest up nice and tall, and then twist from there. And then a couple of people have mentioned to me that like twisting is not very comfortable for them. And I would say that it is sometimes often the case that it's a little bit of stiffness and maybe not so much mobility in your low back area. So twists are really helpful for that. If you lift up every single time you lift up on your inhale, really pull your belly in tight, like your belly is lifting away from your thigh. And then on your exhale, no dumping, you stay tall and twist from there. So each time you grow a little bit taller, and on your exhale, you feel your belly button pass your thigh. Twist. Do that one more time. Inhale, use your left hand to prop lift, chest up. And then on your exhale, you twist a little bit deeper. Really feel your belly button pass your left thigh. And release. And let's do one more time this left side. This time, if you can afford to do it, bend your right leg and then put your left foot over your right knee. So on the outside, the right side of your right knee. Same thing, your left butt cheek, drop it down. I love twists. I'm like super obsessed with twists. I think that's so beneficial every single day to do some of these twists. Left hand behind you, right arm all the way up. And again, think of your right armpit outside of your left leg. Your left butt cheek might automatically pop up like mine did. And you want to drop that back down. Lift up tall, pull your belly in tight. And then feel right now, it's the twist happening from your lower back region, and then the rest of your upper body follows suit. And as you look past your left shoulder little by little, your neck kind of moves in that direction as well. You move sort of more, you're thinking more from your low back, and everything else be fairly gentle with it, right? So you're not cranking your neck, cranking your eyeballs. Really find that lift, so it's a very strong position, and then you twist from there. And then gently release. Okay, now we switch out our sides. So straighten out your left leg, and then bend your right leg so your right foot is just sitting sort of on the inside of your left knee. Flex your left foot back toward your face. There we go. Okay, right hand close with your base, and then lift your left arm all the way up. Really pull your navel in tight. All that inhale draws you up super tall, and then left arm outside of your right thigh. And then again, inhale, lift up tall. And it's interesting because with twist, you can also find your asymmetry. And so for me, I know already that this side is slightly less willing to twist, and that's just fine. Right? It's an observation, and I try to be a little bit more deliberate and spend sometimes more time on this side then. Again, inhale, lift up super tall, pull your belly in tight, and then on your exhale, you stay tall, right? That's the key, never losing what you did on your inhale. You preserve it, lift and twist. Again, allow your low back area to find that rotation, twist, especially if you feel any sort of low back pain. To me, the moment I feel low back pain, I really start to work on my twists. And let's gently release. Oh, it feels so good, I don't even want to come out of it. All right, bend your left leg. So your left foot's flat, and then your right foot goes on the outside, so the left side of your left knee. And then drop your right butt cheek down. And then notice for me, when I drop my right butt cheek down, my right knee sort of falls down as well. Send your right knee up. So for some of us, we might find a little bit more stretch outside this right hip. Right hand close to your base, lift your left arm all the way up high toward the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift. And again, your left armpit outside of your right thigh. As much of your arm outside of your leg as you can manage. I just feel like the more you can get that arm out, the more leverage you have to push against your leg. All right, so inhale, lift up a little bit taller. Check your right butt cheek is on the floor, sitting down. And twist a little bit deeper. Allow your right shoulder to draw back. Allow your eye gaze to gently go past your right shoulder. One more time, inhale. Go lift, pull your belly in tight. And on your exhale, stay tall. Go twist. Go twist. Go twist. Good, gently release. And then since we've done so many hip things, I want to do a little bit more reinforcing. So if you sort of stayed in that same position as your spine twist, your left leg is below you, right? Let's take this left foot then, move it closer to your screen. So now your left shin is parallel to your screen. And then your right foot on top of your left knee and your right knee on top of your left foot, right? Sometimes you call this fire log. Sometimes you call it double pigeon. And this one is not particularly comfortable, but I always enjoy it after I am finished with it. So if there is a huge gap right here, not to worry, just little bit at a time. The thing that you want to look for is that you don't look like this, right? So your foot's not falling into this gap, the crease of your leg. You want to stack right on top. Flex both feet back toward your face. And if this is super uncomfortable already, just sitting here, stay right here, and that's perfect. You can take your left hand behind you, and then use your right hand sort of down onto your inner thigh area and give it a gentle nudge. And when I say gentle, I really do mean it. You want to make it pretty gentle as you push. If this is feeling kind of okay though, maybe you're both hands back behind you. For me, it's like I have this lift, this gap, but for me, it's kind of feels okay, and I'm willing to and I know that nothing's going to break and it feels okay to me. So I just use my hands back behind me to give me that boost. And then I hinge forward. When you hinge forward, continue to think of your chest leaping well forward of your shins, right? So I'm not rounding into it, hollowing into it. I continue to lengthen and send my chest forward. And for me, again, it looks like I'm very tight, and I am. But once I'm down in this position, for me, it doesn't feel quite so bad anymore. And it's weird, right? Because I would think that because I have such a large gap here that it would feel kind of just as bad or worse hinging forward. But for me, somehow this feels like not terrible. And if you are folded forward, if you want to experience, again, a little bit more mobility here, and this thing feels very good to me, is just moving your body out to the right, to the left. And while I do this, I'm not crunching. I'm lengthening, meaning I'm trying to search for more space. And I can almost feel it's sort of like my vertebrae shifting. It's very weird and feels good. So you can do those rights and lefts, however you see fit. And really every single time though, think of your chest coming forward, right? Forward of your shins, almost like your armpits can hook all the way forward of your legs. Continue to flex your feet, and then continue to find those breaths that allow you to lengthen. So at no point do you start to round in on yourself. You continuously find length in your spine. And we'll hang out here for 4, for 3, for 2. And since we're down here for 1, we'll do one more thing. We just did the twist. We've done plenty of hips. So we'll stay down and kind of move our arms over to our left-hand side. And then if you can manage it, I'll show you from this angle. If you can manage it, start to get some of your arm outside of your right foot and find that twist. And again, what I'm looking for is not sort of a upper back twist. I'm finding some lower back twist and opening up from there. And this is in contrast to backward bends where I'm looking for my upper back, mid back to bend rather than relying on the compression of my low back, right? So those are a little bit different, and I've been trying a lot more as of late to really open up through my chest and open up through my shoulders, my armpits, to allow that backward bend to happen more through my up and mid back. And then gently, let's walk back through center. And once you're through center, let's gently make our way up. And of course, we've got to switch our sides. So gently release. Ooh, it feels almost just as bad as that froggy, but it's okay. Your right leg is on the bottom this time and your left leg is on top. So flex both feet. And then see if this side feels any different than the first side. Look again for your foot not to fall into the crease of your leg, but to go right on top. And if this really, really, really does not feel comfortable, of course, you do not have to do this. You can simply let your leg come forward, right? With these hip stuffs, as patient as we can be, the better. It's better that than forcing anything to happen. Okay. So you'll see I have even more of a gap on this side. So if that's you as well, again, your right hand can be back behind you and use your left hand rather than at your knee, go more toward your inner thigh region and push it away, right? Push it away. I even sometimes open my chest out toward my right hand side so I can even lengthen and straighten my left arm. But if you feel like you can, bring your hands back behind you and lift and hinge, go do that. And if still you feel like you can take away your hands and preserve your hinge, start to again think of your chest leaping forward of your shins and walk, walk, walk. And as you hold this a little bit longer, you'll find that your upper body does start to want to round on you, right? So you're sort of like creeping back on yourself. Continue to lengthen, open your chest, and allow your chest to go well forward of your shins. And we'll hang out right here for a little bit longer. And if you can afford to do so, you're going a little bit right, a little bit left. And I'm just gonna shift the view. It's a little bit right, a little bit left. And then from here, since we're all the way down there, we're just gonna start to walk these arms over to our right hand side. And then any part of your left arm that you can kind of push against your left foot, try for that. See what happens. It gives you just a little bit of leverage to start to open up through your chest, twist open to your right hand side, and still think of pushing a little bit of weight back into your left hip so that your left butt cheek isn't completely lifted, right? Open up. And we'll hang out here for just a little bit longer. Fight for it. Hold for 4. Especially if it feels uncomfortable. I always like to remind myself, discomfort is a good place, a good opportunity to stay for another breath, to allow my body to sort of stay with it, right? So not every single time I reach that edge, I come out. I reach my edge, I come out. No, I reach my edge, I stay, and see if I can push my edge a little bit farther along. And gently, let's walk ourselves back through center and come back up. Ooh, let these legs gently straighten. And do any shakeouts that feel good to you. And once both legs are in front, flex your feet back towards your face. Again, hands can be behind you for a little bit of a lift and hinge, or you start to walk your hands down your legs and grab onto any part of your legs you see fit. Take those breaths though for sure. Inhale, open your chest, draw your shoulder blades back together. Exhale, pull, fold. Think of chest coming toward your toes. Once again, inhale, lengthen, open your chest. And exhale, you fold. Let's hang out here. Again, go for not just your hamstring stretch, but the length out through your low back, your spine. And we'll hang out here just for 4. Open your chest, shoulders back. For 3. For 2. For 1, gently take yourself back up. Good. You can keep your legs out there or find yourself in an easy seat, whatever works for you. And we'll take a couple breaths just to finish. Take an inhale, arms go all the way up high toward the ceiling. Exhale, push it out right, left, down. One more time, inhale, arms go all the way up high toward the ceiling. And exhale, push out right, left, go down. Thank you so much for joining me today. We spent a little bit longer on our hips. So thank you for playing along. Hips are definitely an area that require a lot more patience from us, a lot of practice and time and all those wonderful things. So that's what we did today. And I'm so glad that you stayed and did those things with me because, I've got to say, hips are really challenging for me to be disciplined and focused enough to want to be in those poses and those exercises for a long period of time. So because you are here, you held me accountable and I really thank you. All right. If you have any requests for tomorrow, you want to see something, shoulder-based or whatever it is, definitely throw out any ideas, suggestions that you have, and we will definitely make that happen. So have a wonderful rest of your evening. Go get some fresh air, some sunshine. Maybe I should do the same, but probably tomorrow. But hydrate, take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Thank you everyone so much.